The movie starts with an old story from Japan. Long ago, Japan was filled with witches, demons, and samurai. Back then, an emperor called Shogun Sumiyoshi ruled Japan, which was divided into different areas that didn't get along. They had many traditions, like not allowing foreigners or people of mixed ancestry to become nobles. Samurai who couldn't protect their master felt very ashamed and became Ronin. Ronin were samurai who lost their master. Japan also tells a story about the 47 Ronin. The tale begins with a young boy named Kai running scared through a bamboo forest. Nobody knows where he came from. Some Japanese people believe he was raised by a devil in the Tang forest. Kai, tired from running, eventually tumbled into a shallow river in Eiko province. He was discovered by a male samurai named Oishi Kuranosuke. Seeing a mark on the back of Kei's head, Oishi suspected Kai might be part of the devil. When Oishi moved to harm him, their leader, Asano, intervened. Asano urged Oishi to bring Kai to his home for care. Asano, who leads Eiko province, permitted Kai to stay in his area but not within his realm. Kai resides in a small hut near his domain. He forms a close bond with Asano's daughter, Mika. They both develop feelings for each other, but Kai is cautious because he is of mixed ancestry. Therefore, he cannot marry into the noble class there. Long story short, 10 years have gone by, and Kai is now an adult. The samurai were hunting the bull demon deep in the forest when it suddenly attacked them. They fought back, and eventually, Kai stepped in and killed the bull by stabbing it in the chest with his sword, saving a samurai named Yasano. After the bull was defeated, Kai returned Yasano's sword to him. However, Yasano spoke harshly to Kai, saying he preferred to die by the bull's attack than be saved by someone of mixed heritage. Later, Asano and Oishi arrived to meet the samurai. Asano praised Yasano for defeating the bull, and Oishi honored him by cutting off the bull's horns. However, Oishi noticed Kei's hand and realized that Kei was the one who killed the bull. Kai glimpsed a white fox with blue and gold eyes behind a tree, but he ignored it and went back to his hut. When Asano and the samurai returned to the kingdom, he told Mika that the shogun had chosen Eiko province for the yearly fighting tournament. Eiko province would compete against Nagato province, led by Lord Kira, Asano's rival. One night, Mika sneaks out of her kingdom to visit Kai at his hut. She wants to tend to his wound, but he insists she return to her own kingdom. Meanwhile, the white fox that Kai encountered earlier goes to Kira's kingdom. There she transforms into a beautiful woman named Mizuki, who serves Kira faithfully. On the day of the tournament, the shogun and Kira come to Eiko Kingdom to prepare for the annual event. Kai secretly watches from the kingdom and spots a woman with blue and gold eyes, similar to the white fox he met before. He tells Oishi that one of Kira's concubines is a magician, but Oishi brushes it off, reminding Kai of his mixed heritage. The next day, the tournament was set to begin. Kira's fighter stepped onto the field, while Yasano was supposed to represent Akko. As Yasano was getting ready, a white fox appeared and cast a spell on him, causing him to collapse unconscious. Kai and Oishi's son, Chikara, find Yasano in distress. Yasano explains to Kai that Asano would be deeply embarrassed if there was no fighter representing Akko. Eventually, Kai takes Yasano's place as Eiko's fighter. To conceal his identity, he wears a mask and an iron hat. Then the fight commences. During the battle, Kai is thrown off guard and his mask is removed, revealing his face. Asano is shocked because the fighter should have been Yasano. The shogun then orders the samurai to kill Kai. However, Asano defends Kai and apologizes to the shogun. Instead, he instructs his samurai to punish Kai. Asano feels deeply ashamed and let down by what happened. After the fight ends, he retreats to his room and isolates himself. Meanwhile, among those remaining in Asano's kingdom for the night, Mizuki informs Kira that she senses Asano's vulnerability. She extracts a purple liquid and transforms it into a poisonous spider. Using her power, Mizuki entered Asano's room while he was sleeping. She placed the spider over his mouth, causing the purple liquid to drip into his mouth. Upon waking, Asano accidentally swallowed the liquid and began to hallucinate, hearing Mika scream. He grabbed his sword and rushed to Kira's room, only to find Kira with Mika. As Asano moved to attack Kira, Oishi intervened, revealing that it was all a hallucination. Kira was actually alone in his room. Because Asano had attacked Kira unjustly, the shogun sentenced him to death. In the morning, according to samurai tradition, Asano prepares for execution by stabbing himself in the stomach, and then Oishi finishes the act by slashing his neck. Mika is distraught witnessing this. After the execution, the shogun declares the Eiko samurai as Ronin. He orders Mika to marry Kira within a year. Once the shogun leaves, Kira claims Mika as his own and forbids Oishi from seeking revenge for Asano's death. He sends Kai to Deutz Island as a slave and imprisons Oishi for a year. Additionally, the other samurai are expelled from Eiko. Long story short, a year goes by, and Oishi is released from prison, but is banished to a distant village. Chikara and his wife, Riku, inform Oishi that Kira is about to marry Mika, and Kai is enslaved on Deutz Island. Oishi instructs Chikara to find 3 horses and tells Riku to spread word that she's divorced from him to shield her from Kira's cruelty. Once Chikara secures the horses, Oishi tells him to gather the Ronin at the Black Lake while he heads to Deutz Island to free Kai. He sets off immediately. Upon reaching Deutz Island, Oishi witnesses Kai defeating an arch in a duel. When Oishi approaches him, Kai attacks him, causing Oishi to fall. Oishi urges Kai to help Mika, which makes Kai realize his mistake. They flee together successfully. The next morning, Kai and Oishi reunite with the other Ronin at the Black Lake. They vow to avenge Asano's death and bring Kira to justice. Oishi shows them a map of Eiko and plans to take them to Uedo village to acquire a sword. He assigns Ronin Izogai to gather information by infiltrating the shrine in Kira's palace. Meanwhile, one of Kira's samurai informs him of Oishi's release from prison and his plans for an attack. Kira orders Mizuki to kill Oishi immediately. While Oishi and the Ronin reached Uedo village, they encountered Kira's samurai. Kai swiftly attacked and defeated them. They spent the night in the village and realized they still lacked weapons while resting in an empty house. Kai suggested they go to the middle of the Tang forest to obtain good swords. He confessed he was raised by a demon there who taught him fighting skills and magic moves, which he would use only in emergencies. They immediately set off for the forest. Meanwhile, Isogai infiltrated Kira's palace and found himself in the royal entertainment area, where he encountered Mizuki disguised as a comfort woman. Unaware of her true identity as a witch, Isogai interacts with her. The next day, Kai, Oishi, and the Ronin reach the Tang forest. They discover an old temple where Kai once lived. Kai takes Oishi inside while the Ronin wait outside. Kai warns Oishi not to draw his sword inside the temple, even if there's danger. Inside, they see the Tengu bowing to a large statue. Kai leads Oishi to a hidden room where a sword is stuck. Suddenly, a Tengu god with a snake-like face appears. The god hints at Kei's background. His parents were farmers, and his mother married an English man. However, the farmers rejected him and left him in the forest. Kai explains that he was taught many things by the Tengu god in the temple. He came to retrieve the Tengu god's sword, which the god allows him to take. Meanwhile, Oishi discovers Yasano and the other Ronin also entering the shrine. Yasano draws his sword, irritating the Tengu god, who attacks him. Despite feeling panicked, Oishi follows Kei's advice not to draw his sword. Kai engages in a battle of shadow moves with the Tengu god to retrieve the sword. Impressed by Kei's skill, the Tengu god allows him to take it. When Oishi reunites with Kai, he's confused as all the Ronin seem to have vanished, replaced by the Tang sword. However, it's revealed that Oishi's sightings were just hallucinations, and the Ronin are safe outside the temple. After leaving the temple, Kai and Oishi head out of the forest with their swords. Along the way, Kai demonstrates the power of the Tang sword by effortlessly cutting through tree trunks. One of the Ronin, Baso, attempts to replicate Kai's feat but fails, perhaps because he had eaten too much kale. Upon reaching Uedo village, Izogai approaches Oishi with news that Kira will visit his family shrine that evening. Oishi decides to ambush him. When night falls, Oishi and the Ronin arrive at the shrine where Kira is praying. As they prepare to attack, Ezogai suddenly vomits, and Kira transforms into Mizuki. Mizuki breathes out a massive fire toward the Ronin, followed by an attack from Kira's fighters. However, the Ronin managed to flee. Once the flames die down, Mizuki assumes Oishi is dead and takes his sword. Back in Yutu village, Kai tends to the wounds of the Ronin, including Basso. In his final moments, Basso confesses to mistreating Kai in the past, asking for forgiveness before passing away. The next day, Kai and Chikara encounter a group of dancers headed for Kira's palace. They plead with them to help hide Kai, Oishi, and the other Ronin. Disguised in similar attire, they join the dancers and make their way to Kira's palace, where a wedding is to take place. While traveling, Yasano apologizes to Kai for his earlier harsh words and expresses gratitude for saving him from the bull demon. Oishi and the Ronin sign a letter with their blood as a symbol of their dedication to Lord Asano. On the night of Kira and Mika's wedding, Oishi and some Ronin sneak into the palace disguised as dancers. Meanwhile, others infiltrate different areas, eliminating Kira's guards. During Oishi's performance, a palace guard shoots an arrow, revealing their disguise. The Ronin retaliate, even managing to defeat Kira's strongest fighter with a firecracker. Witnessing this, Kira flees with Mika. However, she rebels and goes her own way, separate from him. Oishi focuses on confronting Kira, while Kai searches for Mika. When Kai finds Mika, they embrace, but their moment is interrupted by Mizuki, appearing as a white dragon. Kai swiftly draws the Tang sword to fight her. In the end, Kai defeats Mizuki, while Oishi successfully kills Kira. Oishi displays Kira's head, prompting the samurai to cease fighting and show respect. The following day, Oishi and the Ronin visit Asano's grave in Akko. The shogun arrives, expressing anger at Oishi's actions. Oishi acknowledges his actions and asks the shogun to honor the efforts of his Ronin. The shogun decides they should all be hanged. However, out of respect for Asano, he gives them the same punishment he received. Before their execution, Kai assures Mika they will reunite in the next life. As the execution is about to start, the shogun orders Chikara to survive, ensuring there's a successor to Oishi's lineage. Now 47 Ronin, including Kai, are prepared to take their lifts. However, in history, Kei's name is not listed, but Chikara's is. Similarly, Yasano's name should be Yoshida. So the moral of the story is, if you're gonna crash a wedding, make sure you bring your dancing shoes and a trusty sword just in case things get fiery.